Hi, and welcome to Sean's Creative Corner. So, this is the big kahuna, the kicker, to the last 8 video YouTube series. So, what I just taught you in those last 8 videos is what hundreds of thousands of YouTubers are doing. And getting back to the point and the purpose of why I'm doing this, like I said, was more of a self fulfillment of health, wealth, and relationships. So, if your goal is to buy in to what is universally taking over the world in a globalization factor here, is that us as human beings are losing ourselves to this information age and the computer world. And to get and gain that back, the truth of this is the big disconnect. While some people out there feel they have to join the flow and to go with the flow of technology, I'm saying, honest to God, don't do it. I'm saying that we need to fight back and take back what is humanly our immutable traits as human beings being born in society. Certain people may want you to believe that you're doing this for self-success and there's the money involved, which is great. If that's what you want to do, join the big robot, the big kahuna, the big sphere of social webbing intelligence out there that is going to get you to do these things, to make these connections between your social media, your phone, your computer, your email list, to do that 8-step program that I told you. Sure, go for it if that's what you want out of life, to get subscriptions and views. But it isn't truth. That isn't what true artists want. I think they want to bring a sense of reality back to what it means to be human being and to give rights back to the actual content creator. So, this is going to be my final video on the topic. I know that I said that I was going to create a online channel for gamers and all that stuff, but I was just doing what I thought you wanted to hear. And to be honest, I don't want that. I don't want to sell a part of myself to the internet, because while that is where some of this world is going, to hold my honesty and integrity, the truth of the matter is the more I disconnect from those things and the more I just tell the truth and the more I exemplify who I want to be, and that is more spiritually family and friend oriented in reality. And while making videos are fun and making video games are fun, I'm not saying, or making music is fun, I'm just saying we need to bring back what was important about those things to begin with. Because I used to play video games just because it was fun to do with my friends and family. I used to listen to music or perform because it was about the group collaborating, of sharing feelings, thoughts, and ideas. And I used to make videos because it was a way of expressing myself or getting over a fear of communication. None of those things were to make money and to self-fulfill my business model. While you can do that, and a lot of people do that, and I'm not saying that those people are necessarily evil, they're just lost. They're not morally connected to some of the values that I believe, our nation and this world were founded on. And so I say, read more books, you know, study more psychology, spend more time communicating in reality with those you care about, because tomorrow is happening faster than we imagine. And 20 years can become 40 years really quick. And I don't want this world to lose its soul to the big media conglomerates like YouTube and all of those things in reality. And so I'm using this channel as a way to fight back and bring balance to those things. I know in some sense what I'm saying was an illusion or a lie to begin with, and I'm not even sure that many people even viewed those things. But the only video that really matters is the one I'm making right now, because what I'm trying to do is show a reflection of society. And that is, I'm not pinpointing anybody in particular. I do, it's not like all of a sudden tomorrow I'm going to stop watching television and using a cell phone or a computer. It's like I feel like I've dug myself out of this moral, spiritual well that I was born into, given that I was born into the generation of social media, Facebook, MySpace, and the internet in general. And I've constantly been battling and juggling those things my whole life. And it's why I've taken part-time jobs as an employer. You can still be your own boss without having to use the internet and join the big conglomerate of it all. You could still make your own business, and sell services and products that aren't digital, or they might be a digital product, and that's fine. But getting back to, it's like, if we can take back as musicians and artists what, like, the word of God and the word of truth and the word of integrity is so far more important than the love of money and success. And it's just like, I can't be, I myself had bought into these things thinking and believing other people or friends are taking their ideas, but those are their ideas. They're not my ideas. So to be true to my ideas and things, and to be, it's like I'm being kind and friendly, trying to try things, we all try each other's dinner and food and things, but eventually we grow into who we are supposed to be. It's growing pains, and those pain points are real in life. And, I'm not saying you can never digitally sell anything again. That might be the way that winds up working for you. It's just that I've learned my lesson time and time again that I don't want to sell out to the internet and become the big part of this big robot factory that is happening. It's happening in the world. And like, the more that we literally disconnect and tune into our own environment, like I'm doing right now, the more lonely we really are in reality sometimes. And I'm not saying that we can't, have more people come and join this open podcast, but it's like, it's the 0.1% of truth that people just won't see by watching things through a screen. They won't get that experience of getting your hands dirty in the dirt and planting flowers, or digging dirt, or putting on a surfboard and going into the ocean, or being with your family and going, or friends and family, and going outside and playing street hockey and hurting each other accidentally and forgiving people right there. It's not it's not the same. Society is not what it used to be, and I wish we can get back more to certain things. And it's just sad truths that we've had to involve ourselves in the problem to reflect and to give back. So if you're finding this in the future, or if you're finding this today, I'm telling you what we need to do is disconnect and get back to what really matters, which is real human, you know, time spent together and creating new clever ideas that we don't need to necessarily put online or to put in the media. There's a degree of this public and private thing that we have to hold on to. That's what these tribes of these worlds have created in society. And it's just like, I know people are smart, and I know people make mistakes, and I've made mistakes by buying into some of these growing exponential problems in our society. I know people need money as a means to end to pay for their livelihood and stuff like that, and some people aren't going to just go off the grid and get rid of their cell phones and their emails and their and start living by a barter system again, or in a commune, making and sharing things. It's just not the reality that some people will ever wake up to in this time. But if you don't at least try to see how the other half lives, how these other people are experiencing truth, you will never really see the actual truth of what some of these people who I do spend more time with in a more present tense reality. And I know the friends and family out there who really care about me, care about the same mental health condition that we're all dealing with. So you can, I'm trying to relate this back to why this is about our health, our physical health, and our mental health. Later today, I'm going to be going to like a boxing gym and learning how to box for the first time, or kind of do a assessing of my fat metabolic rate. So this should be fun. Hopefully I don't get myself too hurt. I've been physically hurt out there in the world many times, either accidentally playing sports, or getting hit by a ski lift, or falling out of a tree, or falling off my bike, or getting in a fight. I've been on the opposite victim end of getting the living crap beat out of me several times. And it's okay. I keep getting up and keep going and brushing off that thing, because those are the moral principles and codes that I grew up on, was to have faith, grace, and forgiveness for the way that people can do you wrong, and that God will fight my battles for me, and it's not my job to judge these people for their mistakes. Whether I believe them to be mistakes or not is my subjective reality and my worldviews. So I digress. I wish that, I could say that it's all going to be all right and it's all going to be all good, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure I will be able to walk away from this digital world that is encompassing our time and lives some days either. I don't. I have gotten rid of these things. I've lived without TVs and computers and phones for a while, and this so I'm planning on doing it again because and so this is why I'm documenting it, because I'm trying to solve the problem by putting some sort of seed of good faith and goodwill into the media. As much as these channels, some channels like mine may never see the light of day, it's important that we do. We put them out there so that people can see that. That's why I made social media. It's just like, just to put that little seed of truth so that people have that other perspective. Because if we're just run by CNN and Fox News and NBC and what this or it that's you're almost living in a confined communism in that point, and you're not getting the reality of the people who are involved in those day-to-day businesses, like, because those private businesses have a right to be private and then to explain themselves in their good time and fashion. It's like patience. Sometimes we just need to be patient with ourselves so that we can project the positivity and the light and the love that we hope to give to the world, and that world gives back to us, because we all want to be liked and we all want to be loved and appreciated at some degree and level. But is it worth it for losing your soul and not being honest and truthful to stand up and say what you feel to be true? I would rather get up and project that and die trying, or be beat physically 100 times than to lose my integrity and my core values as a human being to the machine that is bigger and stronger than us, because it's a snowballing exponential monster out there. And I'm just this one human guy, and I can only do so much as one person, and it's why we need friends and families and tribes and these core ideals and truth and integrity. It's the only way we're going to get back to what is really good and holy and righteous. So that's my preaching. I've preached my standpoint. Reread those books that mean a lot to you. Re-listen to those songs that changed your mind or your feeling. Rewatch those films that you hold dear to your heart, because the good will overcome the evil in this world if we just have a little faith in it. And we need it more than ever in this world. And I'm not saying this from some sort of religious or community standpoint. I'm just saying, do it for yourself. Have faith in yourself and have faith in God. That's all you need. And by being true to yourself, and by being true to God, you're being true to yourself, and vice versa. Have respect and kindness for your neighbor. Murdering is bad. Stealing people's resources and their thoughts and ideas are bad. I know that I have stolen at one point or another because I was so angry that people were stealing resources and things from me. And so if I've done you wrong and I stole something physically, whether it was something as simple as money or something, I hope that you realize my intentions weren't to steal. I was in a tight time and a pinch as a starving artist here trying to make a point or a purpose. And I don't think I've ever stolen anything that big or bad. or if I did, it was more of a borrowing aspect. And if you need something from me, just let me know. I'll give it back to you. But this knowledge and this speech I'm giving is about all I can really give to the world at the end of the day. I can give you my thoughts, my feelings, and a degree of truth of who I am and what I believe. And I just don't know. I'm not always sure I know, because I'm not always paying attention to anything else. I'm trying to work on my own physical health or my mental health, or I'm trying to, come up with a new creative idea to explain something, or write poems or poetry, or just going to a community thing or watching other people's events, or going to yoga, or you guys all have these beautiful creative minds and things for how to make your own business and stuff like that. And I'm happy. Maybe I'm just happy the way having less, and when it comes to certain things, it's just it makes me feel just fine. um you know so I don't know. And if I do become monetarily successful, I'm sure I would wind up giving some of it away to charity or certain things anyways, because I'm not sure what we all take with us in the end but our souls. And it's just um, you know I'm going to find a good woman and a wife to marry in this world. I know I'm not currently married. I plan to be married. I don't know if I will have any children. I don't think I need children. I don't have the desire or need to procreate. It's not like inherently, as this man, I feel like I need to, you know, if it naturally happens and but if I don't get married and I don't have children, I hope people see and understand that it wasn't for a lack of purpose or morality of God, or the fact that I do care about other human beings. It's more of the fact that it wasn't God's plan for me. And that's okay. And ultimately, we all do want to share these things with someone special, and to have, you know, that kind of deep connection. And even, but what the good book and the good Lord says is that we're supposed to hold God above those things anyways. So whether you get married or have families or your parents, it's you're supposed to hold true to your higher purpose, and then have respect for your parents and your families and friends and neighbors. So you gotta hold keep the first things first sometimes, even though I don't think I think I've hypocritically not walked the walk or talked the talk at times, because I was just lost in the wilderness. And on that note, God bless and good luck. And yeah, I'm slowly disconnecting this year. I'm trying to finish this video game, which did mean a lot to me on a creative level, that I put a lot of time and music and art and concepts into. And it's loosely based on all sorts of things, and I don't regret doing it. But the purpose of it was mainly to tell a story and have integrity, and to put a degree of myself into part of the art world in a way, in a medium that that hopefully can give back in the way you know, because video games came to me at a time when I was kind of low, you know, and there are, you know, it's how you use the technology, you know, and how you tell the story that is most important. And so without that, it's like, you know, we're losing track of why an artist creates what it creates. So once again, God bless and good luck.